Hi, this is Chris Wiley with Wiley Development Group and Tasty Equity. Welcome to the highlight reels from our monthly webinar series. We've been immersed in social media for about 10 months now. We've had some good fortune and we've made some mistakes. This episode answers some big questions. Yes, it takes a real commitment to do it right. Yes, you can make a mess of things if you're not careful, and you do need a coach. And yes, we would do it all again in a heartbeat.
If it got you here today, it must have worked. I just got a little pre-event note from one of my teammates who said this video, which is on our Facebook page, which was part of the email invitation, it was also part of the Facebook ad campaign that drove a lot of the folks to this audience. As of the last hour, it had 56,000 views. Now, we'll talk about why I had 40,000 on the screen, but why 40,000 or 56,000 isn't what matters. It's the 1,200 viewers who actually engaged in the video. By the way, that number as of an hour ago is 1,900 people, Matt, had played the video and stayed in it. Literally almost 300 watched the entire 20-minute promo video. Talk about our results. We literally are driving customers into our stores. When we implemented this program last year with Matt, we did a pilot in 8 stores. They did it across, actually, I believe that was almost all in our Rapid Fire Pizza brand. The decision we made early on was we did not make any change to our existing direct mail or billboards or other promotional activities. We kept them the same. That way we could compare the 8 stores in the program with the stores that weren't. And what we found is that we were literally driving customers into the stores in the same fashion that a direct mail event would drive people in to redeem coupons. And what we found with our staff is that the customers who are redeeming them, because they have to show you their phone and they have to take an action in Facebook Messenger, I believe, I'll let Matt clarify that, they actually, my staff knows that that's a brand new customer, not because they didn't know how to redeem the coupon, but because they didn't know how to order the food in our queue line style rapid fire pizza and hothead burritos concepts. They were completely new to the concept. Notice I put some little boxes around the view counts. This is actually a segment from our Bowling Green rapid fire pizza location, Bowling Green, Ohio. You can see a couple of those. The one on the bottom left went to more than 30,000 views in literally a matter of days. When we started our beer wall beta testers campaign, that one went to 15,000 views. Well, what the magic of that is, it's not just the views. We're going to learn about that today. It's the fact that people engaged with that content, took several actions, and then we converted them to customers who opted in to get regular communication from us. We're going to talk about it. So we drove customers into the stores. That's why we're doing it. But most importantly, we built a significant database. We'll talk about size later. So each month, what we're finding with Matt's program, and he taught us this in the early days, that it takes time for people to become fully engaged. As they become engaged and you push content to them each month, they watch more, they become more and more active, and they begin to share and give you feedback and comments and all that sort of thing. But what we're doing is we're taking those 40,000 people who viewed, again, this is a commercial one, this is business to business. We're going to show you in a moment how we do it in our stores. And we also create what Matt calls lookalike audiences. So as people watch a video, we can then retarget only the people who watch. So our spend becomes very efficient. We're not just throwing money at the mass audience, although we do some, 2-mile ring fencing and things like that. But we generate lookalike audiences, which are people just like the people who viewed the videos. So, are you getting your posts out there and getting 40,000 views in 6 days? Or 12 or 1,300 engagements? If you're not, you're going to want to hear what Matt has to say in a minute. The magic of this, beyond the direct mail, which I know Pete's team gets, is always under pressure. We run limited time offers every month across 2 brands at the corporate franchisor level, and a lot of times we don't decide what that special is going to be. Many times that limited time offer is a direct response to something that hit in another brand, and Pete is always under the gun to produce content that's got, Pete, what's the typical lead time for a mail piece for you?
Usually it's 30 days minimum. So we usually run 60 to 90 days out on concepts.
Got it. So on this, with this sort of content, Matt and I shot this video on, I don't know, the weekend or Friday or something like that. We whipped it Sunday, I think it was. We shot the video, put it up. watched how people were responding to it, and we could immediately then adjust our choice about putting some ad money behind it or how to fine-tune the audiences. So it's real time. I'm showing you this in the context of, again, a commercial post. Same thing for our stores. We're going to show you those in a minute. But I wanted to use this quick video analytics, which comes right off of Facebook. 3-second views, again, that's people sliding past it on their timeline. Woohoo. But that's as good as TV advertising. It's as good as that direct mail piece that they threw in the garbage as they watched our logo go by, right, Pete?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
They saw our logo. The only thing better than that would be get them to buy hot sauce bottles and put them in the refrigerator and look at them every day when they open the door, which we do that too.
We're doing that.
But you put up a big video and you want to see, did anybody watch it? Are they staying on it? And then if it runs, if it gets some lift, then we put ad money behind it on top of it. So this is what I call the free stuff is the bait, right? We're not always giving away free, right? We are very sensitive to discount rates. And as Pete mentioned earlier, one of the things we don't like about direct mail and direct mail coupons especially, the same customers bring them in every time. This is bringing in new customers. If you read the little text here, you can barely see it. The customer is driven to make a comment. When they make a comment, as a result, the messenger system, the technology we'll talk about in a minute, begins to interact with them just as though one of Pete's staff was text messaging back and forth with them through Messenger. He draws them through a couple of steps, which include giving up their email addresses. We have literally across the 28 stores, actually among the 8 stores in the pilot, we acquired 40,000 active permission marketing Facebook Messenger members in just about 6 or 9 months last year in 8 stores. Again, we're acquiring them now at the rate of 900 a day across 28 stores. They're giving us permission, right? The 50% of those people that came in, as I've said a couple times now, are brand new. They don't know how to order a pizza in a pick all your toppings kind of model. They may know Chipotle, but we've got a lot more stuff than Chipotle and custom sauces and all sorts of things that they don't know how to do. They also, once they get in the program, again, they've given us their permission, and Pete's team is now pushing the limited time offers, which are not discounted. They're just cool new combinations of products we generally already have, or radical products, like we deployed teriyaki chicken on a limited time offer in our Mexican restaurants, and it was one of the biggest hits of all time for us, but we did not discount that product. So we're using it once they give us permission. We're pushing content constantly to stay top of mind, just like the big brands use television advertising, or really television. We're using this content to reach the audience. So again, look at the bottom. These simple promos, 66,000 people have seen them, but 12,000 people on the pizza promo. That is one store, folks. That's not across our brand. That is one store. I think that store has been active about 4 months, maybe something like that. Lima came in December, but 66,000 people saw it. 12,000 literally played the video or play along or interacted. And over here, a similar thing from one of our hothead stores. The offers drive people in, but Matt warned us early on, we need to make sure that a store that's in the program needs to understand how to redeem. They need to give excellent customer service, because the customer, when we see a store that's getting low redemptions or low return visits after the initial redemptions, it could be because of apathy on the part of the crew. It could be the cleanliness of the store. It could be they were out of products. We'll talk about how social media helps you detect all those problems. But once people have come in, you see the column here, redeeming. This is a list of stores. I just cropped off the names of them. We're getting significant engagements. Of the people engaged, a very high percentage, engaged being they told us what their favorite pizza topping was, or whatever it might have been in the post. Matt then offered them a free pizza. If they click on the coupon, they got the coupon and they redeemed it. You'll see in a minute how our redemption rates are more than 20% and higher than 30% in some stores. And literally, those customers have a propensity to, after the discount, still have a significantly larger dollar per ticket than our existing customer. And once they've bought those big meals and they've gotten acquainted with our food, again, we're pushing the limited time offers with no discounts. We're pushing them all kinds of other content to stay top of mind. We'll talk about fun videos. Continuous content is critical. For anybody who thinks this sounds easy, it is not easy. We tried it in the beginning. We really didn't understand the workload. And I say this in that Pete has a team of a half a dozen folks that do nothing but create our ads, our content, everything it takes to run the two brands. This is an entirely different endeavor on top of that. I would say don't try it at home, kids. You want to try it with help and guide. You need a guide like Matt. I'm not trying to sell the services. I'm telling you that I've been doing it 6 months. And about 2 months ago, I finally figured out how to direct a couple team members to start going beyond the content that Pete's team produces, which is excellent, but it's the same across all stores. And we're moving to organic posts. Organic posts are videos shot in the store. Simple, quick. It's free, although we may put some spiffs out to our staff to do it, but we publish them for free. We're not putting ad money behind those, except when one gets a lot of views, it gets a lot of organic traffic, as they call it. Then we juice that with ad money. In a minute, I'm going to tell you why to not use the boost post button, why to use targeted ads. But here you have an example. We just opened, as a brand, we opened the very first Hothead Mexican Grill in Cantina. This one has 27 taps of self-pour alcohol, mixed drink cocktails and beer and cider, and literally the first in the nation shots of liquor. You'll see another picture out to the right. That literally top shelf liquor that you can use to top off that margarita and make it a double, or get some Crown Royal on ice, or mix it with vanilla pop if that's what you want to do. Matt helped us take these, as that Cantina location opened about 10 days ago, aside from the normal direct mail, the grand opening, you can see how this video went to almost 4,000 views. This is a time-lapse video. It's super engaging. It makes you crazy to look at it. And then this video, which I shot to show people how to pour shots of liquor. Unfortunately, I moved the little bar there. It had thousands of views and hundreds of engagements and people sharing it. We did something remarkable. We're the first place in the nation where a consumer can pour their own shot of liquor and juice up their drink, thanks to Darren and team up at I Pour It. Put a little plug in for you. So simple videos. We're going to talk about how that works. Organic posts that you do, the little stuff, if they go along with the ones where you're spending money and the money you're spending is highly targeted, the result is you will get very high views, thousands of views on the ones you're paying for, and it lifts the other videos. Again, we'll let Matt talk about this more, but the moral of the story is we get tons of free publicity for our organic posts that we do not spend money to post. And when Facebook sees all the comments and the likes and the shares, they then show our content to an even broader audience for free, and then we connect the messenger code to them, which actually starts converting people to make them into customers. The reviews, the battle of reviews, anybody in the restaurant business or anybody I know loves to hate Yelp. It seems like only grouchy people comment on it. We have successfully, as a result of bringing people in the rewards program who are social media driven customers, they have a very high propensity to make comments. And it's kind of a principle of reciprocation. You've given them free stuff through the reward program. They're social media active anyway. They come in, and if they have a great experience, they make good comments. We've driven our stores up into the 4.5, 5 range. This one's at 3.5. We then applied this technology to go market our catering business. We simultaneously use what Matt refers to as dark posts. So only first-time customers see them. Once they get in the database, we email them. We're going to talk about why email still matters. Matt will go into this deeper, but we have taken all those opt-ins, and once a month, every consumer in the market, like it's graduation month, right? They're all getting invited to have a catering event, and they're taking advantage of it. We're getting daily catering events. We never had daily catering events. So Matt's going to talk about how it all works together. We're going to talk about how we are getting a significant return on investment in what we're doing. Here's an example of the Messenger system. Messenger, Matt, could you talk about how Messenger sequences work? Briefly, we're at about the end of our time, but we're going to go over about 10 minutes. But just so the audience understands the difference between a video post, a still post, and one that's equipped with Messenger.
Yeah, so the way we work with Messenger on a lot of what you're posting is certain posts that are going to get engagement will hook up to Messenger so that when somebody engages, it takes the conversation to Messenger and allows us to grow a subscriber base. Like you can see here, this is a restaurant that from January to, basically looks like middle of April, grew pretty quickly. And the concept is getting engagement not only helps your social media posts on your wall, and even if it's you go from 1 comment on a post to 10, that still helps. All those incrementals add up. But when you can get them into Facebook Messenger, and I had a guy the other day who was like, oh, we use Facebook Messenger. Everybody does, because you reply to people who ask, are you open this week? Are you open Easter? What are your hours? Do you have a gluten-free pizza?
Right.
Just because you're messenger in that meaning doesn't mean you've got a database. You need to have a third-party tool hooked up like we have here with ManyChat that allows us to bring all those people into one place. And the cool part about the sequences is you can have conversations based off of a lot of A, B, C, D, E, Fs, whatever they've done. They commented, they got this, they redeemed an offer, they didn't redeem an offer, they said they had kids, they don't have kids. We had a really cool March Madness one we tested this year with a big sports bar in town in Northern Kentucky with 3 stores, because there's 7 major college basketball teams that people follow around here. Instead of them doing their normal messaging saying, hey, UK plays tonight, and everybody getting it who doesn't like UK, we did some promotions 60 days before March Madness, and we found out who were the Xavier fans: UC, Ohio State, Purdue,
Oh,
Indiana,
genius.
UK, Louisville, NKU. And so when the bracket got announced, we had marketing messages for each team so that you could have a better conversation.
Where we divide and conquer with Matt's team is that, and Matt told us this early on, and 6 months later I really understand it. My team, as operating some stores, Pete is the corporate team, they are out getting content. Our job as the operator is to shoot content, get organic content, faces, names, pizzas, burritos, whatever it might be. Then Matt, and we keep doing our daily posts. What Matt's team is doing is wiring in the magic behind it to create the conversation. His team can't create the content. If you decide to go down this path, you have to be committed, and you have to post every day to every restaurant, right? It's not, the big guys are a long ways from tackling this space. If you come at this with all guns blazing, and that's what Matt does, Matt, we'll talk about that more in April, but any thoughts real quick about, what made it click when we launched the beer wall? That was your first beer wall experience, right?
Yeah. Honestly, the biggest thing was that it wasn't a professionally produced experience. It was organic. It was the man right here on the camera, on Peter, talking to customers. Hey, what do you think of the beer wall? Have you ever seen anything like this? And showing them how to do it. Because that was a big thing that, like, I had friends of mine, they're like, that's really cool. Where's the bartender? When they saw the video, I'm like, well, no, it's a self-serve beer. I'd explained it to them. So the one video explained it. And to put that in perspective too, those views were pretty targeted, and there was a lot of organic views on there as well. But we also took those views and piggybacked. Like, the reason that one has 15,000 people on it views is because the 33,000 view one funneled into that one. So those people then saw the new beer testers, and that had a link they clicked to opt in. I think we had something like 1,200 people, I don't know, 800 people opt in from that video that got into Facebook Messenger, got a promotion to come into the restaurant, and it drove some sales.
Again, check us out on the Wiley Development Group Facebook and or Wiley Development Group YouTube channel. You can watch recordings of these events.